What's up, y'all? My name is Blake Carrodus, and today I'll be walking you through the case of the Ben and Jerry's keeping the mission alive. This case examines not only commercial success of Ben and Jerry's, but also how its strong social mission shaped the company's identity, culture, and strategic choices. Throughout this presentation, I'll evaluate how strong the company is, whether the social mission contributed to its growth, what challenges it faces today, and how the new CEO, Chuck Lacey, should address those changes. This was just an overview. You got the company strengths, social mission and competitive advantage, challenges and future risk, recommendations for the new CEO, Chuck Lacey, and the closing insights. Company strengths. Ben and Jerry's entered the super premium ice cream market at a critical time, and one of the company's strongest assets is its brand identity. The company positioned itself as different from mainstream competitors through creativity, humor, playful names, and a focus on authenticity. Customers connected deeply with the brand because of the social mission Ben and Jerry's pushed out on social media platforms, Instagram, Twitter, TikTok, Facebook, even. Um, this emotional connection created an extremely loyal and enthusiastic customer base, which helped propel early growth. The company's internal culture is another major strength. Ben Cohen established a workplace where employees are empowered and encouraged to participate in decisions. The culture emphasized equality, community impact, and collaboration between employees, upper management, so on and so forth. The company is also very transparent about its values and operations, which has helped build trust both internally and externally. Um, Employees often came to Ben and Jerry's because they believed in the mission they were pushing out there. Um, this type of culture contributes to a strong employee retention rate and employee productivity. Um, if you put employees in a position where they believe in the work that they're doing and the values that said company is pushing out, you're going to get better employee productivity throughout the workplace. Um, Overall, the combination of this mission-driven culture and employee engagement helps stabilize the company through periods of rapid growth. The social mission impact. Um, we got to answer a question here. Has the social mission actually helped the company commercially? Yes, it has. 100%. The social mission gave Ben and Jerry's a unique identity during a period when consumers were beginning to value socially responsible brands. Um, as you see my age get older, Gen Z or whatever we are, um, a lot of people are going out there and buying from companies that have a social mission that the consumers believe in. Um, I personally know people that only get Ben and Jerry's because of the social mission Ben and Jerry's puts out there. But are not buying, a lot more people are buying products that they believe in now. Um, like for Ben and Jerry's, the commitment to the environment, social justice, and community involvement generated significant positive publicity. And often Ben and Jerry's doesn't have to pay for this. I mean, all they do is post on Instagram or TikTok, Twitter, Facebook, whatever, and these people repost that. And that's literally free PR. Um, Moreover, the social mission helped differentiate Ben and Jerry's in a competitive marketplace where product quality alone was not enough. Customers weren't just buying ice cream, they're buying into a case they believed in. The emotional loyalty is incredibly powerful, especially for a relatively small company competing against multinational brands like Haagen-Dazs. Um, but there are drawbacks to putting yourself out there socially. Um, Some of Ben and Jerry's mission-driven initiatives increase production costs, such as commitments to sustainable ingredients or local suppliers. This sometimes squeezed profit margins and made investors nervous about whether the company could remain competitive. Another risk was internal tension. At times, managers had difficulty balancing financial decisions with mission-driven goals. Some initiatives had big symbolic value but lacked clear financial justification. Um, the company attracted scrutiny whenever actions didn't fully align with stated values. A company that markets itself based on ethics must hold extremely high standards within itself. So while the social mission was a net positive, it also created operational and strategic risks. Challenges facing the company. First is growing competition. Haagen-Dazs and other premium brands have increased their advertising budgets and expanded distribution, putting pressure on Ben& Jerry's market share within the premium ice cream bubble. Um, Second, operational inefficiencies have become more noticeable as the company scaled. Production delays, supply chain issues, and cost overruns have hurt profitability. Third, there's an ongoing conflict between staying true to the social mission and satisfying investor expectations. And finally, there is a significant leadership transition taking place. Ben Cohen, the founder and CEO of Ben& Jerry's, he is stepping down, and Chuck Lacey is stepping in to fill his role. Um, these challenges require a delicate balance to navigate efficiently. Um, Strategic risks. This leads us to broader strategic risk. If a company dilutes its social mission, it risks losing the authenticity that the customers value. Many customers, as I've said before, um, specifically choose Ben& Jerry's because of their mission-driven identity. Um, However, focusing too heavily on social initiatives could limit profitability and harm the company's ability to compete with all these multinational corporations. Um, Another risk is investor dissatisfaction. Investors only care about the money. They want consistent returns. And if these mission-driven statements are hurting their investor returns, the investors are not going to be very pleased with that. Um, Ultimately, Ben& Jerry's faces a tricky balancing act, maintaining purpose while achieving operational excellence. Um, some recommendations for Chuck Lacey. First, he needs to modernize the company's operations. Improving efficiency in manufacturing and distribution will directly strengthen profit margins and help the company compete more effectively. Second, he should frame the social mission as a strategic asset rather than a sacrifice. The mission is what differentiates the Ben& Jerry's company from the rest. So it should be used as a marketing advantage rather than a cost burden. Third, Lacey must clarify the company's priorities. The mission should guide decisions, but it must be integrated with financial discipline. In other words, Chuck should not abandon the mission, but he does need to manage it more strategically and try to align financial responsibility with the mission, even though that doesn't always work out. Um, some strategic actions. He should invest in modern equipment and streamline manufacturing to reduce and eliminate bottlenecking. He should also strengthen the company's governance structure, a dual mission framework with clear metrics for both social and financial performance would help resolve conflicts when trade-offs arise. Developing leadership beyond the founders is also essential. As the company grows, it needs systems and managers who can sustain the mission long term. And finally, innovation should focus on mission-aligned opportunities such as sustainable ingredients, environmentally friendly packaging, or partnerships with nonprofit organizations. Um, these initiatives enhance the brand while supporting both mission statements and profit. And then some final takeaways. Ben and Jerry's is a strong company with a powerful brand, loyal customer base, and deeply committed workforce. Its social mission has absolutely contributed to its commercial success, even though it has introduced complexity at times. Um, the company now faces changes related to competition, operational efficiency, and balancing social values with financial goals. By modernizing operations, strengthening governance, and using the social mission strategically, Chuck Lacey can help Ben and Jerry's maintain its unique identity while ensuring sustainable growth. Thank y'all for listening.